I can't believe it. Finally, someone famous.
Okie dokie. I don't know how much of this video I'm going to get through. I've watched about a minute of it. And it starts off with a bang. This is some guy, apparently he's working for the Young Turks. And it starts off with stupidity. The title alone is stupid. Mainstream media is also responsible for fake news.
Some guy. That's funny.
Really? I mean, I know the Young Turks like to veil themselves in, well, we're a talk show, we're an opinion show, so they can basically make up whatever bullshit they want. Let's see how long it is before they're just making shit up.
News. Okay, but before we do that, blasting this at Kamala's rallies is a lock. Okay. Alright, that's pretty good.
Today is all about fake news. Hillary Clinton runs a pedophile ring from a pizza shop in Washington.
Yeah, that's why when you read something online, albeit except for maybe something, well, pretty much anything from anywhere.
That's a walrus for me.
Including bigger sites, you might want to take it with a grain of salt, or take anything you read in the newspaper with a grain of salt.
Z and Kanye West are a part of a devil cult created to normalize satanic rituals. Donald Trump
Cool.
will be the next president of the U.S. No, wait, that last one is true. Holy shit.
You know what? If it
They're doing bits on TYT. Oh, we get double cringe.
gets people like you off of YouTube, that'll be great.
This is the state of modern day journalism, when the top 20 fake news stories outperform real news at the end of the 2016 campaign.
No, that's not the state of journalism, although it is indicative of it. It's a symptom of it. No, it's because fake news stories employ clickbaity title to get people to click on them so that they get money, okay? But, you know, because, both the right and the left-wing mainstream news services push this sensationalized narrative, yeah, it's easy to believe why people believe this sensationalized bullshit. And again, also, keep in mind, most people are idiots.
When a gun
You can click cell phone on your cards. Not cell phone. Self-own.
gunman runs into a pizza shop thinking he's taking out a sex cult directly tied to the Democratic presidential candidate, then
Well, then he's a sick lunatic or a fucking moron.
it's no surprise that the next the president
But that's on him.
it will be a mildly incestuous potato man with conflicts of interest that could fill up a fucking phone book. But let's talk about why
Okay, do you have any proof of that, or were you making a joke, or were because it wasn't funny? Or are you just, again, gonna run under the veil of commentary?
conspiracy theories and misinformation
Again, I just got done with a video where I called Lena Dunham a child molester, but then again, there's proof of that.
spread like cyber wildfire. First reason is because the public distrust in government is at an all-time high and continues to drop. No one fucking trusts the government to do the right thing anymore.
Okay,
I'll accept cope for the Trump. Do you have evidence?
You're gonna go on this tangent about trust in the government. Weren't your bosses, or your boss, Cenk Uygur, going on about how America will become a cesspool of evil and destruction and women being grabbed by the pussies when Trump was elected? You might want to talk to your boss about that.
Back in 1958, 77% of Americans said they trusted the government. In 2015, this number has dropped to 19%.
Well, yeah, because most people aren't dumb as fuck. Actually, I disagree. Most people are dumb as fuck. But most people aren't bought and, like... Okay, this is a lot of things, all right? But the number one thing this is the lack of control of the U.S. government or governments around the world of being able to control the information that the people in the country get due to the information age. So, like, yeah, I mean, you're gonna learn more shit about the world. And like you can literally see, when does this drop off? Oh, television? Isn't that crazy? The advent of television and information? Wow. Cool, dude.
That's because, the
Storm over Kryn. Are you a Dragonlance enjoyer?
government fucks everything all up. In the 50s, I don't think it was fucking up as much. And you note right here, this is about when the Vietnam War got really unpopular. And yeah, it's been a downward slope because again, the government just.
I mean, yes, the Vietnam War for sure, but I mean, like, the Vietnam War happened at the worst possible time for the American government because, I mean, TV just in coverage of it became a thing and it was like plummeted, dude. And of course, these are also representative of the children that were raised by these people. Like, this is a generation of people, like 20 years. It's a whole generation. So every 20 years, you see it go a little bit lower. Oh, wow. Right after 2000. What? Over 50% of people, this is the most patriotism I have ever felt in America, is right after 9/11.
Just fucks everything all up.
Now, this figure shifts significantly after pivotal events like 9/11, but it's still an important barometer. It means something that today, only 1 out of 5 Americans say they trust the government. And to viewers like yourself who get their news from independent media outlets, that isn't really that surprising. But it is a great segue for my second point, and that is public distrust in institutionalized media is at an all-time high. Now, Fareed Zakaria...
Yeah, funny because even on your quote-unquote independent outlet, I distrust you because I've seen you guys engage in A, hypocrisy, B, half-truths, and flat-out lies. So, yeah, you might want to talk to your boss about this. We're only about 5 minutes. Let's keep going a little bit further with this, although the only thing really fake is this motherfucker's...
We're only at 5 minutes. He's literally looking at it to see if he can run a mid-roll on a YouTube video or something. For Dave video? Wow. Yeah, that would have been slow brain in my opinion. I agree.
Masculinity.
Links this to the death of authority in our uber-democratized institutions. Like, the more media becomes accessible and under attack, the more we see it as a vulnerable institution rather than the impenetrable bastion of truth it once was. This idea, however true, is incomplete. Trading access for favorable coverage, collusion between mainstream media outlets and institutions like the DNC, the lack of criticism directed at establishment, and the gross lack of coverage for outsider candidates like Bernie Sanders all combine.
Bernie Sanders got great coverage. He just got fucked because Hillary Clinton owned the Democratic Party, and that came back to bite them on the ass. That's why Trump got elected, dipshit, because he was not a Republican establishment. And the Republican establishment did everything they could to make sure that Trump didn't get in. It's just his popularity grew. That's why he won, dumbass.
To demonstrate...
Click right wing because he's a Trump guy right here. I think it's funny that going into the election, we've seen clips from him on these, exhumed clips where he is like, yeah, Trump is a dumbass. And then at some point, he just decided he's a Trump guy so he can feel like he's got a W in his life or something.
Why mainstream media has fallen from grace. Now,
no, I don't think him being correct about, like, Hillary Clinton fucked Bernie Sanders is... W. Doesn't count. Doesn't rise to it.
Because they've been caught lying several times. You know, you guys at the Young Turks should know a thing about that, or telling half-truths, not telling the complete story, making things seem worse than they really are. And also, a lot of news journalists think they're better than everyone else. Funny, there's somebody at your news organization who's probably under a desk with a fucking dick in her mouth right now that thinks that exact same thing.
He's been on that shit forever. Misogyny and a yikes, Dave, right there. Cool.
Turning a blind eye to political misbehavior is inexcusable, and the internet has done a great job of fighting against it, which is my third point. In the West, for centuries, information was a commodity tightly controlled by powerful, like political rulers, the clergy, and the like. Eventually, though, with the advent of inexpensive printing technology, newspapers became an effective means of disseminating information, and
no, just ask 1930s Germany.
Radio station?
No, Again, ask 1930s Germany. Those could be just as easily controlled. It wasn't until the internet
came along and then television came.
Anyway, they're behind me on my analysis, but dumb as shit. I mean, there's independent print. Like, literally, the advent of the ability of people to spread, propaganda or counter propaganda or whatever, all that has led to destabilization of the, government's apparatus insofar as, like, controlling the narrative.
Came along, and now the internet. However, with each new door opening up, thousands of more outlets emerge to spread information, and thousands of more publications go unchecked.
Yes, that falls on the viewer of the publication to do this thing called think. I know that's a bad word.
Virtue
to
signal.
Kinda cut down the bullshit.
In an effort to counter
Dave, you can't just be like, oh yeah, well, we're gonna allow unethical things to happen that we know dupes people. The argument against that can't be like, well, simply don't get duped when you're a duped guy. You done been duped.
the information, outlets like PolitiFact and Snopes have entered the fray to do battle in the marketplace of ideas. And that's amazing. There's amazing journalism being conducted each day still.
Oh, I love you used a Trump from quote that was bullshit, but yeah, what about all the Hillary Clinton quotes that are bullshit or facts?
What?
Like the fact that she kept saying that
What about Hillary Clinton?
marriage was a sacred institution between a man and a woman till 2014, and
I mean, fuck Hillary Clinton, dude.
then she switched on a dime because of the way the political wind was blowing.
But real news now has to compete on an even playing field with a mountain of
cares?
bullshit clickbait. And it's
Whoever cared?
Like the Young Turks.
tempting to share this information because in our hyper-partisan feedback loops, we want to show all of our friends and family that Shillery is in fact a lizard
Shillery.
person who wants to sell your fetuses. And look, I'm not telling you that misinformation was the reason Trump won.
Again, I could
Again?
to me, Alex Jones and the Young Turks
say
are the
Trump
same.
from Code.
They're just different sides of the same goddamn bullshit coin. Really, Young Turks, you're a reputable news service, and Alex Jones, he's just a cuckoo nutball. To me,
Yeah.
at times, you're both the same goddamn thing. Remember, Jang was on your program not too long ago. Your boss literally stating this is going to be rebel headquarters, as if Trump will usher in some sort of American empire, and he will be Darth Trump. And I don't know. Jank will be a much, much fatter version of Luke Skywalker.
It's not
like
the only
was
reason. There
gay or
was so much
something.
more to it than that.
Cenk is just some guy's uncle. Dave, if being gay was illegal, you couldn't have your gross slideshow. Ooh, true. He does have a gross slideshow.
But misinformation and fake news stories will become an even bigger problem if we do not educate ourselves. So next time your hometown
You might not want to tell the progressive dipshit asshole believe anything they're told liberal college students that watch your bullshit to educate themselves. If they do, they will see how full of shit you are, and the Young Turks will
Stupid
be
college
out of business,
students.
dumbass. Again, wouldn't be any skin off my fucking nose, but
Learning
you're
stuff.
kind of more dependent on it than I am. Then again, why the fuck am I giving free business advice to these idiots?
friend
Business
shares an
advice?
article like this one, send him to this video. Look, we all experience events where we feel powerless or try to make sense of the unknown. That's basically the foundation of religion. You thought there was a big ball of fire in the sky, and you're like, that's gotta be a god.
No, just no. Also, you're conveniently forgetting something the Young Turks do, and this is where I'm going to end this. It's what's known as yellow journalism. Yellow journalism is the purview of the tabloids, and if they were to start up tabloids today, they'd probably be seen as legitimate newspapers. What yellow journalism does is they take a nugget of a story that is actually true, and then they may, let's say, exaggerate things or embellish things for an entertaining story. That's all this fake news is. It's yellow journalism. Again, maybe you should, do a Google search, find sources, like me. If I get a story and I think something's up, I go to both CNN and Fox News.
Do you?
At some point in the middle of the two meandering piles of shit pandering
I don't
to
think
their
you do.
audiences, I will get to at least what I think is what actually is going. Again, they have a responsibility to be entertaining, and they have an audience. So I just find it absolutely hysterical that the fucking Young Turks have the balls to
It's crazy that you made this the video, like what it looks like.
bitch about fake fucking journalism. You might want to talk to your boss about that fucking video you put up, you fucking pathetic beta male cuck.
A beta male cuck. Well, we've got Sigma, cuck, toxic masculinity. Well, I won't click toxic masculinity. Will not roll over on that. But he did say beta cuck, so this is delivering in a way that I didn't expect.
All right, back to doing one I love.
What's happening to your face? Is that a facial hair
Which
thing? What's
is
happening?
random about bullshit.
Random bullshit. Is that just how your face is framed by the light? Now, those your pieces of art, dude? Nice. Did you do that in therapy? Cool.
Jay Moore has called Alyssa Milano stunning after calling her out on her weight. Now, apparently, the Mistress actress gave birth to her son Milo in 2011. Now, let me be clear before I get into this. I seen recent photos of Alyssa Milano that was accompanied with this article, and she did not look fat in the least.
Wow. That's not a rare W. I'm just surprised that he doesn't think she looked fat. He usually is like, yeah, fat bitch, or whatever, no matter what happened. He can't do beard petting unless he strokes the chin.
I mean, she was not Kirstie Alley fat. She was not fucking, Liza Minnelli fat. But I want everyone to keep this in mind. When a man...
You can't have hands that look so soft like that. You can't... Look at his soft little hand. You can't have, like, soft little tiny hands if you're... Like, pudgy ones if you're going to call other people fat. Okay? If you got soft little hands like this, you just got to just avoid the topic of trying to say, you're fatties. I mean, you are. It's whatever, man. You know what? You know what? Hey, if you're a fatty, I want you to know something. Okay? Stop trying to hide. You're beautiful. And you should just be yourself. Okay? Alright? You can't... You're in the room. You're here with us. I am also a fatty, but I have to exist, okay? And... I have shocking news for you. It's really, like... not a big deal, especially because, like, other people are fatties too. You know what I mean? It's all right. It's all right to be a fatty. The only thing if you're not happy with being a fatty, then all you gotta do is be like, you know what? Let's address it. But if you're comfortable being a fatty, like me, just be one. It's not always easy, but you're sexy little kittens, chat. Even if you got chunks, especially if you got chunks sometimes, honestly. When you've been told you're an ugly bitch for 20 years, it's a lot to undo. I mean, hey. Well, I like a little something,
calls a woman fat, everyone fucking has this adverse reaction. And if you read the comments section below, you'll see the reaction. Now, if the reverse were true, if Alyssa Milano had called Jay Moore fat, nobody would have given a flying fuck. Or if Jay Moore had been maybe criticizing yours truly for being fat, nobody would have given a shit. If you call a man fat, well, he's a fucking fat piece of lazy shit. You call a woman fat, oh my god, you fat shaming son of a bitch!
I mean, that's really not true. I think there's more leniency towards men because a lot of the times it's not meant and like it doesn't have the kind of stank on it that usually men that say women are fat have like stank on it, or other women say women are fat. Like a lot of that lives in misogyny and patriarchy and sexism, And a lot of like guys are fat is like, he's a chunky fella. But who cares? You know what I mean? Although you can still be mean to people that are... I mean, people try to be mean to me about it. I don't care. Who gives a fuck? I think the big thing that you got to worry about with your a fatty is throwing stones in glass houses, my dude. Like, if you think it's, because I don't think it's like a detriment. A lot of people, you're fat. I mean, cool, whatever. You're using it as like an insult, man. I don't think you should be doing that when you do not abide by the standards you appear to have. Seems strange.
But this time, I think maybe an apology was in order because I don't really see how she was that fat. Anyway, let me just get to this. She's very tiny in height, he writes. He wrote this on Twitter, too. I don't really give a shit.
You've been fat most of your life and you hate it? I've been skinny and fit and fat and fat and fit. I mean, I really think what we need to, I mean, really the number one thing is just like really just being honest with yourself and being like, okay, am I just too fat for myself? Like, are my behaviors like good? Am I happy about it? Like, am I hurting myself? Because you could be binge eating or making bad decisions, or like, that's definitely a thing that we do as large people. Typically, what my problem has always been in my just weight is just like I have the sort of like motivation to be an active person, but I don't have the body for it. Like, my ankle's all fucked up and it hurts a lot. So I ended up being more sedentary than I'd like to be. But my habits don't change a lot. But I try to eat more I eat veggies all the time and stuff. So like, losing weight doesn't automatically solve your problems. Exactly. So like, it's like, are you a chunky chunker because you're eating like crazy amounts of stuff all the time, or are you a chunky chunker because like you have a thyroid issue, or you are on a new medication, or you're just not as active as you'd like to be, or it's probably a myriad of things, right? It's not usually one thing. And so, I mean, I don't have a focus on trying to lose weight personally, but I'm on a thing as like, do I feel like I can do the stuff I want to do, right? And outside of my ankle hurting, which it probably would help to be lighter, but I mean, like, I don't hopefully do enough stuff to need that in such a fast way. But like, I think a lot of people could take like sugary drinks out of their diet. That's why I try to drink these guys. Get some water going in every once in a while. Have a hydration going instead of drinking soda pops and stuff. Stop snacking all the time. A lot of people have candy issues. I don't really have a candy issue, but like I'm more of a grazer. I'm definitely more of like a like, I have tomatoes from the garden out right now, so I'm making healthy decisions, I guess. So I'll just be eating tomatoes. Walk around eating tomato. But, like, if it was something else, like, I might snack on something bad or whatever. So, I mean, I think there's lots of ways to go about it, but, I mean, like, there's just little stuff that you can do. Obviously, depending on what's going on, you might have mobility issues. I think it's really good to try to just like be active when you can and try to encourage yourself to do so. And I think a lot of people get stuck in a rut of thinking like, well, what's the fucking point? But I mean, like, the point is that like you're probably going to live for a while. I mean, whether you're in a depressive spiral going, well, I don't fucking care or not. I mean, I think like, you're just, it's about the aggregate, not like tomorrow being perfect or whatever. So a gallon of water every day, you don't need that much. Just drink whatever you are when you're thirsty. If you're not thirsty, you don't have to force yourself to drink water. You want to learn when hunger is hunger, and then it's just and when it is just boredom. Dude, I have a problem, probably ADHD, but I only eat like once a day, but I'll eat like one big meal, and then I'll eat after stream or something. That's usually my shit. Or I had a few chips during stream, but
I read it on her gut.
I'm more sedentary than I'd like to be. That's really what it is. I don't think I eat crazy. Sometimes you overeat or whatever, but like, and I definitely did during COVID more than I would like to. But I mean, during COVID, during lockdowns specifically, we're still in COVID. But I mean, that's just what it is now. COVID is a thing. But like, so when I think your body is hungry when it's actually thirsty, drink water. Sometimes I mean, a lot of times it's like a texture thing. You just want something in your mouth. You might graze. You smoke weed and you get munchies. But I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with like addressing it and just being like, you know what? I feel like I'd be happier if I lost 10 pounds or whatever, or just tried. And I think a lot of people really just use food as like a crutch, and or like a boredom suppressant, like you were talking about, or you stress eat or whatever, or it's something that gives you like just a little hit of dopamine every fucking every nerd cluster, and I have some. They're delicious. Every nerd ropes cluster you put in your mouth, you're like, damn, that's fucking nice. And sometimes it's like whatever. I mean, you're gonna eat food and you're gonna like it. Eat some nachos or whatever. Like I don't even eat like a rabbit. Just eat whatever you want. But like, there's little stuff that we can cut out that I think helps. Like when I was on my first big fitness journey, because I was like, damn, I want to play more basketball. I really do. I want to train at it, and I did when I was very young, so my metabolism was better. But a lot of it was like, make sure you're drinking water, make sure that you're to count calories, but like the meals that we have should be reasonable, because a lot of times we don't have, especially as Americans, we don't have a reasonable understanding of what a meal is. It doesn't have to be like your whole fucking day's worth of calories in a single sitting. I'm definitely not skinny, but I've noticed I need to eat more. Some days I'll work all day and I'll forget to eat just to KO bad news. Yeah. And just happens. You're down 30 pounds this year. I'm experiencing twink rebirth. Let's go, dude. If you want to. Like, I like chubby people that, like, this is the thing. Like, so I also want to reiterate that, I mean, I'm just talking about like, how, if you want to deal with it or whatever. And I think a lot of people that want to deal with it are scared to start because it's like embarrassing or something. And it's like I mean, I don't think it's embarrassing. I think addressing it is good. And I think if you're unhappy personally, then it's okay to be like, okay, I just want to make a change. There's nothing embarrassing about that. In fact, I think it's pretty tough, right? I also think there's a little bit of like, people don't want to talk about it because then you're kind of committed to it, and then people can see like, now people are like, well, when's it gonna happen? Are you gonna lose weight or whatever? And so there's like that thing. There's also the gym culture. A lot of people hate gym culture, and I agree. It's not it doesn't feel nice to have a non-ideal body and then sweat in front of people and struggle on a fucking treadmill or something, right? But like, also, you don't have to do any of that stuff. I really suggest doing like body weight workouts. Walk up and down your own stairs a couple times. Do like dips in your fucking... Do push-ups off your knees. Do them on your bed or something. You can do a bunch of little stuff that'll just make you feel a bit better. I 100% suggest, whether you work out or not, to stretch. I was just stretching when I got up a second ago, but I stretch all the time. I try to tell everybody to stretch. It's like so good for you just to stretch your muscles out, and you'll be surprised at how much better you feel. But also, like, I don't think you need to focus. I think people get really hung up on like a number, and I think really just try to feel good about yourself. Just whatever you think that means for you, what would make you feel good about yourself. And I think like being kind to yourself is definitely going to help. So like, nothing isn't the answer, obviously. I don't think it's nothing. I think there's an answer to everyone's like, what would you feel good at, man? Exercise because it's good for you, not necessarily to lose weight. I mean, but just, you don't even have to like think about it as exercise. Just like try to do stuff, like take the trash out or mow the lawn. I'm very good this year about mowing the lawn, trying to make sure I do. It's a good workout, but you get out in the sun, you work around, you do some stuff. But like also, I think it's just good to move. Exercise because it feels good. It really does. A lot of people don't have like a good relationship with that kind of stuff though, because like, gym class or whatever, you have a dick coach, your peers are mean to you or whatever the fuck. It always happens. I mean, lots of people have horror stories from this shit, and use your body, it's nice. I really agree. Except a lot of people's bodies hurt them. Like myself, I have chronic pain. So like, to your comfort level. But I think most people, lazy is a thing that I think everybody deserves to have. I don't think lazy is a bad thing, right? But I do think that we can be, just like anything else, too lazy. And a lot of people lean on the, well, it hurts. And I mean, I try not, I'm very stubborn. You can ask Sarah. I'm kind of the opposite. So I think you can meet me somewhere in the middle of, you don't have to be stubborn and hurt yourself like I do all the time. Carpe Pax, thanks for following. But I think it's like, obviously I'm not like going for fucking fitness or anything. I don't care about it. But just like using your body for stuff you want to do, I think you should be able to. If you think your life is being held back because of what you got going on body wise, I think I want you to have the strength to try to change stuff for you, you know, if that's what you want. I just can't generate motivational momentum to get in the habit of what? Like working out? I don't work out either. I'm saying just trying to make small choices that slightly improve your life. I don't even care. Like whatever weight you end up at is fine, but I think it starts with like a mindset of like, yeah, I can do this and hang out and be functional. Yeah, be functional and feel better. I would love to know what it's like to have a body that can just do whatever you're asking me. I've had brief stints of this in my life, being an athlete and like being able to like jump around and do all sorts of stuff. But my legs just all fucked up, so it's like I like working out too. I don't like gym working out. I like doing stuff that works you out, right? Like playing basketball or gardening or something. I do genuinely think I would feel better about myself if I was smaller. Well, there you go. And so, like, if you do think that, whatever that means, right? I think, you know, if fasting is something that works for you, it wouldn't work for me. I like to eat too much. But that means just, like, trying to find out, like, okay, so where's the parts that I fuck up? And you probably know whatever they are, right? Like, oh, I drink 3 Pepsis a day. That's going to hurt you, right? I have that big fucking Red Bull sometimes. I do. And, that's got a lot of sugar and stuff in it. Or, I eat the fucking taquitos at 7-Eleven. But, yeah, I mean, just trying to make better decisions. That's it. And then it's more of a slow process. But I think also using your body. A lot of us, you're tired from other shit. But just, like, trying to do stuff. If you're on your feet all day working, I don't think you need to worry about it that much. A lot of us aren't, though. I'm not anymore. I was, though. Holy shit. And that fucking sucked. I love fucking those. Dude, those taquitos are such the taco one is good, though. I'll eat the taco one. The steak one is the worst. The chicken one's okay, too. I'll get them sometimes. The texture's nice. Man. Try not to, though. Make you shit. You get the 7-Eleven shits. All right, let's keep going.
Somebody said the director's...
That's my semi-motivational. You can make slightly better decisions, probably. I know I can. I'm obviously not perfect at this or anything or even good at it, so, But I do think a lot of it's mindset. A lot of people get in their heads about them sucking, and I don't think, like, a lot of people ask me about my confidence and where it comes from, and I don't know necessarily. I've just always kind of had, not always, like, into adolescence, I just developed a confidence, and I really just believe in myself, okay? That's really it. And I don't know where it comes from. But I think a lot of people could use that shit and they don't have it. I think you can believe in yourself more. I think a lot of people write themselves off and aren't kind to themselves, and I think that's stupid. And if you were your own friend, you wouldn't treat yourself that way a lot. A lot of people are way meaner to themselves, including myself, way meaner to themselves than they ever would be to somebody else. And so, like, I don't know, try. I believe in you. I really do. Most people, a lot of my energy is in a fuck you. Well, there's a fuck you to a lot of the stuff I do. I guess I don't know, including the bees inside my brain. Believe in the Jake who believes in you. That's me too. That's the Jake that believes in you is the whole
was not
me.
Wearing Spanx, and I was like, Jesus Christ. Alyssa was not too happy with Jay's comments and wrote a response and said, so sorry you felt to publicly fat shame me. Be well and God bless. Please send my love to your beautiful wife. Now they praise Alyssa Milano for not taking the high road. Jay says he was just making a joke. Here's a thought. Maybe Alyssa Milano shouldn't have wrote a goddamn thing at all. He wasn't fat shaming you. He was making a fucking joke. at your expense. And once again, if he had been making the joke about, let's say, me, everyone would have laughed and nobody would have given a shit.
Also, I mean, Alyssa Milano is cooler than you, I think, right?
Young Turks proved this point beautifully with the guy, I forget his name, the guy of this was sitting there criticizing and laughing at some fat piece of shit who couldn't squeeze his big fat ass into the Wendy's booth, and he had the same sentiments that I did about this fat ass. But then, some
See, he just does the thing.
fat shit had had almost the same issue, and he was like, oh my god, this poor woman has been fat shamed, humiliated, and berated. Oh my god. And I was like, no, fuck that fat fucking bitch, tell her to fucking hit a gym.
The claw! It's back, dude.
It's like if you're male, you're a fat piece of shit. If you're a woman, oh, you're plus size, or you're curvy, or you're this, or you're that. No, you're fucking fat.
Okay, anyway, so guys can be plus size and curvy. Fat is a pejorative a lot of the time, and, you know, it's whatever. The claw! Yeah, I do think he's triggered. Does a voice! Very close. Guys are fluffy. I mean, you can be. Yeah. I don't know. Thick is a good one.
And I'm not saying any of this to Alyssa Milano because, well, I've seen the photos. I don't really see where the fuck you got off calling her fat because she's not. But it's just, it's ridiculous that this double standard exists. That if he was talking about a dude, nobody would have given a fuck. And because it's a man telling a woman she's fat, oh, holy shit, we must crucify him.
Yeah, so I mean, this is just toxic masculinity and patriarchy rearing its ugly head, man. This is what happens.
Fucking stupid. Me here at the old War Corpse channel, I will happily call women fat when they're fucking fat fucking pig. Like Christy Alley. Christy Alley, you're a
Christy?
fat fucking pig.
Wow, dude. He's so brave. Shooting in Connecticut?
Hey, dear friends, War Corpse here, and
Oh, dear friends, War Corpse here.
I want to chit-chat
I'm War Corpse.
just a little bit on
Oh, it started as a middle part.
the shootings that happened in Connecticut. And yeah, it was a national tragedy. Flags fly at half-mast.
Yeah, I don't remember the shooting in Connecticut unless we're talking about Sandy Hook. Was that in Connecticut? Is that what he's talking about? Maybe. The shooting in Connecticut is not how anyone talks about that. But I guess it's got to be Sandy Hook, dude.
And as a nation, we all mourn together. One thing I want to comment on are the people that are already jumping on the bandwagon and turning this into a gun
Oh my
rights
God.
versus gun control debate. Look,
It is. Oh my God.
this is to both sides, the NRA side and the Brady side. How low to the fucking ground are you? How fucking low are you that you would take a national tragedy and turn it into your own political posturing bullshit? How
I love Dave, who doesn't give a fuck about anything. Years ago, trying to do this kind of shit and trying to be like, oh, I don't think you can't use it. It's a political problem. I mean, it is. That's a gun control issue. It's about to happen too.
fucking low to the ground do you lift? I mean, how about this? How about we just, as Americans, try...
That's an NRA talking point, Dave. Yeah, I mean, he's bought and paid for at this point by the propaganda machine. It's over. It's over for his brain. He's cooked.
this crazy experiment. It's called, for one fucking second, for one fucking day, we stop worrying about politics, we stop worrying about our personal opinions, we stop giving a rat's ass about the bullshit that doesn't matter, and come together as fellow human beings and help each other heal.
Yeah, what a virtue signal. I would click it again. What a virtue signal. Help each other heal. Show this shit to Dave. Ask him how fucking fake this was.
How fucking hard is that?
He literally just doesn't want to lose the gun debate. You know? Human beans? Oh, I went to a cute coffee shop out west that's called Human Bean. They have a really excellent it's a Rockstar energy drink tipped into a cup of ice, and it's got like 2 pumps of huckleberry fucking syrup in it. Put it in me. So good. I still think about those. They're orange. Los Angeles mayor says we owe prisoners a debt of gratitude. That's another thing that if you've gained some weight, you can cut those out of your diet and you'll lose pounds. You can cut the rock stars with huckleberry syrup out of your morning routine, and you'll feel it, the heartburn will go away.
You know, I knew.
Dave made a typo. That's crazy. Chat. They're back. Look at them. They're beautiful. Denver, Tokyo. Look at them. They're all fucking wrong. Just lovely.
Knew LA was full of a bunch of hippy dippy liberal idiots.
Hippy dippy liberals. Those fucking liberals. Just like me, right? Just like you, chat. We're libs.
But I didn't think you guys were
just
actually
hippy-dippy libs,
functionally insane. What the hell is wrong with this city? Look at what your fucking mayor said about criminals.
When
Your
we
mayor
invest in
said about
people,
criminals?
we don't know where things will turn out. But when people have paid their debt to society, our debt of gratitude should be not just thanking them for serving that time, but allowing them a pathway back in.
You see? They are insane.
T-shirts fit back though?
Yeah, like, you kind of are. You elected this Eric Garcetti asshole who says that,
Is Eric
I
Garcetti
owe
even close?
prisoners, people who broke the law, a debt of gratitude.
I know.
These fucking heroes that, kicked the fucking car window in just to steal a laptop to get money to buy crack.
Please clap.
Yeah, they're heroes. Owe a debt of gratitude. Yeah, it's not enough that, a mom and a dad decided to make a porno with their 3 kids.
What the fuck?
And we, sent them to prison for years and years and years for this heinous crime that wrecked their children's lives.
What?
No. They're heroes, and we owe them a debt of gratitude for serving the time in prison.
Why did you make that scenario up in your head? What the fuck? Crazy hypothetical. What the fuck?
Okay. Does he think that everyone that's in prison went in there voluntarily? Does he think that everyone in there was just railroaded, framed, didn't do... Yes, there's a very small percentage of people in prison that don't deserve to be there.
Wow.
And I am somebody that believes I don't think we should be locking up non-violent drug offenders. My thought is drugs shouldn't be illegal anyway, but that's another video for another time.
Do that in video instead, dipshit. Drugs shouldn't... Does he still have this take? Maybe. That's a rare W.
Yes, there's some things that we need to change, but... There's a good chunk of people in prison that really deserve to be in prison. But according to the mayor of Los Angeles, we owe them a debt of gratitude. Did he just get fucked up and think he was talking about, veterans who are having a hard time after serving in war?
What?
No, I think he was talking about prisoners. Yes. The guy who brutally beat his mother into burnt lasagna and she died in the hospital and he served 20 years for murder. We owe him a debt of gratitude. This wonderful man who gave society so much by serving a prison sentence. Oh, but he continues. Oh, it doesn't end there.
They will also have access to services from life skills training to cognitive behavior therapy.
That's why I heard him. What do you got going on there?
We're gonna kill the boss.
Is that a croissant? Croissant?
We did not manage to kill the boss within raid time,
Aw.
but we got very close. So then we decided to get in a party finder and find other people. And it literally took us, I think, like 2 hours of waiting in party finder to get a party. Get in the fight. Tanks don't know what they're doing. Have to kick them. Get a new party. We're not getting to the prog point. I'm giving up. I'm tired. I don't want to play anymore.
Final Fantasy Gaming.
Yeah, it's been a lot tonight.
So the only thing I've eaten today is half a croissant with egg salad in it. So half of an egg salad croissant, which.
I had a croissant.
And some of those chips that I ate on stream.
I had a croissant
Well, and no.
for brekkie and
That's why I felt like I didn't want to eat earlier, because we got a snack crate and we tried like one thing out of each of the snack crates.
Screw it. I don't want to play
I
anymore.
gotta go watch your stream on 2 times speed because I missed a lot of it.
You're gonna watch the whole thing? Oh.
I'm gonna watch Mr. Beast stuff on my own.
Therapy.
Therapy and skills training to do what? Simply
Stop breaking the law, asshole!
He edited a video. He put an edit in a video, 2 of them.
To help us hear you clearly, please take us off speakerphone when we answer this call. Your call is progressing in the queue.
Okay, so I came across this article in the Yahoo
Will St. Pierre and Silva's departure mean lower PPO
Sports
UFC?
section. Without Anderson Silva and George St. Pierre, UFC forced to find ways to endure. And while they certainly will have a gaping hole with the departure of George St. Pierre, because Anderson Silva, to the best of my knowledge, has not said whether he is going to retire or not.
This isn't a good look. Whatever you have going on, you look wet.
If anybody has different info or can give me
Looks
a
like a
link
wet guy.
where he has confirmed his retirement, put
Holy shit, I didn't realize I was so sexy right now. Hold on. All right. It's better now. Fixed.
it in the comment, and I'll link it in the description. But as far as I know, he has not said anything to a retirement type of thing. If I had to guess, I don't want to speculate. Actually, if I had to guess, I think he'll be back. I just think he's not that type of dude that's just gonna go out like that with a broken leg. He's gonna want to go out on his terms. My opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the man personally, so I've never even met him. So, anyway.
Cool.
But this idea that there's this lack of talent or lack of marquee fighters that they could sell big pay-per-views on.
Name one UFC fighter, chat. No. Ronda Rousey, she's gone. Joe Rogan, Brock Lesnar, Conor McGregor. Does he still fight? De La Hoya was a boxer. Brock Lesnar was, of course, a wrestler. Actually, he did one UFC thing, right? Anderson Silva is gone. Manny Pacquiao was a boxer. Gina Carano, huh? I don't think she's still in the game. Sting, the wrestler or the singer? Member of the Police?
Is laughable. Laughable. This is not the days
Jason
of Chuck
David
Liddell
Frank,
and Tito Ortiz and Tank Abbott and Randy Couture. When you only had a few guys. I mean, for how many years Chuck Liddell was the only guy that anybody who wasn't a fan of MMA knew about. And Tito Ortiz. There were two guys, but now you have more than that. I mean, you can sell a pay-per-view with Cain Velasquez fighting. You can sell, and he is probably the least marketable of them. I mean, but you got Chris Weidman, who
Weidman?
He's the guy who kicked Anderson Silva's ass. You're telling me? I mean, that pretty much instantly made him an upper echelon fighter. No, he's not a diamond yet, but you already have a diamond, a big one. It's called Johnny Bones Jones. Trust me,
Who?
With him on the card, you're gonna make money. Now, I do want to talk.
I mean, they did, but
Talk about Ronda Rousey. And she could be a diamond, but she's got to work on her sportsmanship. If you don't know, she got a bunch of boos because she did the classless move of not shaking Tate's hand during the post-fight interview.
she beat up Andrew Tate. Wow.
This is after the fight, after Ronda had beat. Now, just briefly going to speak on women's MMA a bit. It's getting better and better, actually. The talent pool is getting a lot deeper for the women's division. But they still have the thing of when women fight in MMA events, from what I've seen, and this is the general consensus from fans and people that watch it far more than I do, is when there's women on the card, their fights are either A, the worst on the card.
Oh.
Or B, they steal the show.
What?
And it's weird. It's like there's not like a middle ground where it's like it was an okay fight, but it wasn't anything special. No, it's either they totally sucked and it was almost unwatchable, or holy fucking shit, was that awesome.
He says women's fights shouldn't exist now. Is that after the Olympics?
So I think Ronda Rousey, if she works on her sportsmanship a little bit, and I don't know, maybe she personally hates Tate or something, but I think she could be a real diamond, top marquee fighter that could draw big money. And keep in mind, they still have guys that, while they're not champions, are still good enough to draw. I mean, Uriah Faber's got a couple of fights left in him.
Yep. There you go.
God, who is it? Josh Koscheck can always get people to watch just because they want to see that guy get the shit beat out of him. So I don't really see how this would be.
This is the most boring Dave content ever when he's talking about sports because he doesn't actually know what he's talking about.
Setback for their pay-per-view numbers.
It really gets me.
I mean,
gets
this
me
is not the
soft.
days where once the one big guy goes, the whole fucking division is like suddenly unpopular.
How many fights you got in you, Dave? Dude, that'd be so fucking funny.
MMA keeps growing and growing and growing, so it gets new fans every day, and they start to learn and watch events. That's why I like MMA fights over boxing matches, because with boxing matches you get the one fight and maybe the undercard fight, so you don't have any time to learn about these fighters. With the UFC, everybody's in the same organization, so you get first off, you get 5 fights on the pay-per-view, but B, you get a chance to learn them and become fans, or fans of them, or wanting to see him get the fucking, head beat off. Chael, and keep in mind, Chael Sonnen's in it, and with Chael Sonnen's ability to get heat and talk trash, hell, he'll sell pay-per-views. I mean, either they buy it to cheer for him, or buy it to see him get his face beat off. So, do I think UFC will see a dip in numbers? Probably not. If anything, it's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. And like I said, they've already got a top-level diamond draw, and that is Johnny Bones Jones.
Johnny Bones Jones. Gotta love fighter names. Just Bones. Call him Bones. A France attack.
Let's raise him up.
Okay, is he gonna be a fucking racist in this?
France who have suffered another terrorist attack, but still got to raise them up for you.
Do you like French people now?
And sure, we don't know
Like French people?
much about it, but I'm gonna gamble it's probably Islamic terrorists again. And I just will reiterate the point of how much more is the Western world gonna fucking take from these motherfuckers. When in the fuck is everyone going to wake the fuck up and realize this is not going to stop? And it is not a small, fringe, fucking minority. 250 million Muslims believe everything that ISIS is doing is right, and believe the exact same thing, everything that ISIS does.
You agree with ISIS. You just don't like that they're Muslims. He agrees with all sorts of you say that women shouldn't fucking vote and then they should get beat up and shit. Like, you're crazy, man. You agree with ISIS.
And just means they're a quirk or two away from picking up a gun. They believe that apostates should be killed. They believe the kuffars, the non-believers, should be killed. They believe that women should be in hijabs. They believe that any woman who shows her hair in public or shows her arm in public or dresses like, well, American and Western women normally dress is a whore, and according to Islam,
So do you.
whore is somewhere between rats and fleas. I mean, look at what the fuck is going on in Germany right now. You've got attacks in France that are killing massive amounts of people. You got a rape epidemic in
Vanilla
Germany.
ISIS.
I never thought I'd actually say that
Nice.
word. And what's amazing is the German women that are getting raped are either writing letters of apology to their rapists.
What?
Yeah. Or
I don't think this is happening.
They're lying. They don't want to appear racist, so they're saying like white guys did it.
Oh. They're lying. I see. Okay, dude.
Germany, what the fuck? Come on. Come on, Germany. Also, Muslims, do you really want to fuck with Germany? Do you know that country's history?
They'll Hitler you, he says.
But
Don't worry, Israel's got that covered, dude. They're doing it.
I don't get this. What the fuck is going on in Europe? You guys used to go to war with each other every 15 fucking minutes.
What? The Crusades?
For Christ's sakes, if France fucking threw a goddamn croissant at fucking
Croissant?
Hungary, there'd be a war over it.
Yeah.
And you know what? Isn't it about time we just say, fuck it, it's an Islam
Fuck it.
problem? These people are about 1,000
Fuck
years
you.
behind us. They don't want to assimilate. They don't want to change. So I say either start assimilating to our way of life.
Wow.
You can still keep your religion and everything.
Not a similar.
But you need to assimilate to our way of life, and you need to take your religion as seriously as the Christians take theirs.
What?
Which is not really. Or at least they don't kill people over it.
The Christians? No, they have just carved very special ways of killing people all the time.
You know, it's amazing to me to hear on American soil that Christian bakers get sued if they don't bake a gay wedding cake, and the left will cheer this as, yay, we're smashing the Christian oppression. Yet Muslim bakers refuse to bake a wedding cake, exact same fucking ground, and we get crickets from the left.
Disagree. I disagree with both of those. What?
If I was gay or something.
Why does he throw out the neck of the beer like that? Oh, you know why.
Fine when a Muslim student union at fucking UC Irvine said that held a blatantly anti-Semitic event. So not really sure how that's cool, because if I were to hold an anti-Muslim event, everybody be going bananas. And the reason they held this anti-Semitic event is the Jewish students there were celebrating some fucking Jewish holiday. And they literally said, well, civility, this is what the Muslim students said, civility is a product of white oppression. So basically, they have an excuse because they're not white or because they're Muslim.
Civility.
And the
Well,
SJW fuckwit dipshit assholes have put Muslims at the top of their fucking victim list. And
definitely this has never happened. I've never seen the SJWs put Muslims at the top of their fucking list. Yeah, gluck, dude. The no Christian serial killers, not a one. I mean, definitely when you criticize any of these religions, they get a little testy. I don't know what this other stuff is about, but the civility being part of white culture or whatever. Like, some of this is true. Like, there's a certain level of like kindness and neighborliness that pervades through most culture that we ought to like observe. Like, being nice to each other is just like sort of a baseline, is typically pretty good behavior.
Cool.
But there is a version of American or Western white hegemony that says that, well, civility includes not protesting against unjust things that are happening to minority groups. So, yeah, I mean, there's some truth to that statement. Of all the things that didn't happen, that story didn't happen the most.
their fucking oppression list. Yet if you look at everything a progressive is supposed to stand for, the Islam world is against every goddamn fucking thing.
So, usually where you get mixed up is that I still think, even though I vehemently disagree with Muslims and I think that Islam is incorrect and fucking dumb, they still deserve human rights. And like, I don't know why those seem to bump into each other. Like, there's always that, oh, how's Palestine going? They'd throw you. They think I'm gay because I have pronouns on my bio. They'd throw you off a roof, gay. And it's like, well, I mean, I don't think they would, but I also don't think that children deserve to be bombed just because, like, there's some homophobic people in their neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's reasonable.
Do you think Islam wants equal rights for women? No. Do you think Islam wants freedom of thought, freedom of expression, freedom from religion, science, logic, and math? No.
Math? They might be fine with math.
For Christ's sakes, Al-Ghazali, the guy who started all this, said math was a tool of the fucking devil. Great
I think they're okay with math.
job, progressives. Way to progressives right back to the fucking dark age.
Dark age. Out of breath.
And the fact that they're saying this shit and nobody on the left, no major person on the left. Well,
Me?
I take that back. There are some. But
Me?
then of their other, leftists, like look at what the Young Turks did to Dave.
Me? I've always been an anti-theist, okay? Put some respect on my name, David. Okay? I've been a motherfucking ode from the beginning, okay? All right? I have never, ever backed down from this, and I won't. There are people here who have watched my content from the first fucking upload. Sorry about that, by the way. And it... I've been consistent on this. Religion fucking sucks, man. I mean, I don't think you can think... Like, the people that exist... The religious person exists. And that person still deserves human rights and healthcare and shelter and shit. You know? Still, even if they suck, they deserve it. You deserve it. Make me feel old? Well, I was there, too.
Rubin, who used to be a part of them. He had, because he dares
Fresh
say
face
that,
shake. There's
yeah,
no
it's
face
kind
at the beginning.
Of a fucking problem.
I have enough money for that. I have enough money for a camera.
Even TJ to a certain extent, he's like, well,
TJ.
You're more likely to get killed by slipping on a bar of soap than you are by a terrorist. It's like, well, yeah, here in America, TJ, but over in Europe, it's getting to be a little bit bigger of a problem. And the problem is growing and escalating, not fucking dying. It's getting fucking stronger. So I think at some point, Europe has got to put a line in the sand and say, you know what? Fuck you. No Sharia law.
Fuck you! That's a dingo! Dingy, 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 dingy. It happened. Sheesh. Still got 4 minutes. Bet your points right now. Bet your points. Fuck you. We're a sweetheart, does a voice, away, and beard petting. I don't know if we're going to get it, but anything could happen. Who knows? I am Team Ding, no, but I mean, who knows? Could happen at any moment. Could happen in 2 seconds. He could be like, fuck you, sweetheart. I don't know. Hey, chat, chair stream while I go piss, okay? Chair stream. I gotta pee.
I hope you will have a fantastic day.
Song stuck in my head, bro. Hey, we still got time. What a piss! You still have an OG TBR shirt? Dude. A retro run of those would be fun. I don't know if it's you or me, but I can't chat on mobile, but only for your stream? Fuck yeah.
No fucking burkas. You want to fucking live here, you got to adopt our way of life. Meaning, hey, German Muslim assholes, you have to be treated by female doctors. Hey, jackasses, I don't give a fuck if the nurse is male or female. No, I don't really give a shit about your religion. Your religion...
Interesting. So... Forcing them to have female doctors? Wow. That doesn't sound like something Dave would approve of.
Religion ends, much like we expect Christians to do. Their religion ends when they enter the public space. Your religion ends when you enter the public space. Sorry, fuck you, Muslims. Now, yes, it's not really a big problem here in America because we have this wonderful thing called the right to keep and bear arms. So if Muslims try to pull that shit over here, decent chance they might get shot. Over in Europe, where they're supposed to be more civilized and they don't have guns. Funny. How's that working out for you?
Wow. Was that the... When he drinks those, is that when he's coolest in his mind? He's like, how's that working out for you? Bam! And he's like drinking the drink and they think that's... you think that's a voice?
Funny. How's that working out for you?
Nah. I think that's a please clap. It's not a voice. I agree that you want that to be a voice. He's just upping the voice. It's not doing a voice, okay? Going, how's that work out for you? That's not doing a voice. Relax.
Over in Europe, where they're supposed to be more civilized and they don't have guns.
The closest thing you get there is civilized, but that's not like saying one word isn't doing a voice.
Funny. How's that working out for you?
No. He has to descend into character, which he does sometimes. I'm about to do a good show for you. A real good show. You know, that kind of shit. He has to be the character for a moment, whatever the voice is. This doesn't rise to it. You're amateur actors, amateur thespians, chat, but that's why I'm here to be the professional. That's a voice. It's not.
How's that gun control working out for you?
But how's that gun control working out for? But maybe he will. So don't write it off yet.
Look, and I'm not shitting on it. You know, but you might want to consider, get your citizens armed. Might give...
You demand democracy? So more people are for Dingo, but there's more money in Dingo.
All those assholes a moment.
More juice.
A suggestion from a crazy gun-toting American. But how much more are we going to fucking take? And what's worse is, and I'm not bashing the left. The right is just as fucking guilty. George Bush wouldn't call out radical Islam. No fucking Republican lawmaker would call out fucking Islam. They all said, oh, it's just a splinter group. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's a religion of peace. Yeah, peace. Really, a piece of you there, a piece of you there, piece of you there, and piece of you there, staining.
Ha ha ha. So we're just circling back around to 2001 era Islamophobia shit. Okay. I mean, is like the rhetoric against Islam and Muslims and people like Arabs in general, like people from that part of the world, like, was pretty fucking negative, man. There was lots of fucking racism, still obviously is.
The fucking wall. Bill Maher said that joke almost got him ostracized from the left.
Did you hear? Like, listen to yourself.
Left's just as guilty as well. When in the fuck are we gonna actually take a definitive, decisive stand against this shit? Because this whole coddling of Islam is not helping anything. It's time that either they assimilate or they go the fuck back from whence they came and they can sit in their shitty little Middle Eastern part of the world and fucking fight and shoot each other over 3 lines on page 547 of the Quran. If you want to live in the Western world, Muslims, guess what? You have to become westernized Muslims.
I don't care. I mean, I'm anti-theist. I think, like... I think those people should be educated and not forcibly, but just like you talk to them and you're like, hey man, this isn't fucking real. And I don't think they should get like, I don't think churches should be places that you can like get tax exemption from. I don't think they're like places that you should be able to just like, you know, sell people fucking hope and give them nothing and then be, you know, flying around in your fucking private jet. That's lots of these places. Or even just really swindle them on a small scale. You don't have to have a private jet for me to be opposed to it. Religion harms everybody. I mean, these communities, I mean, I don't think that you can really consent to be like a woman in one of these fucking super far right religious communities, right? Like, I mean, you're born in it. How could you possibly know? Like, I don't know. There's lots of really unethical things that happen. And there's a little like I guess that treads on their freedom of like you can't do it, but I mean like they're starting a cult and it's like based on lies, right? I mean I think ultimately you can have a religion if you want it, but I think that it should be very normal for you to be considered a fucking freak in society. Personally, I think if you're religious, it's fucking wrong, and it hurts people, and it hurts yourself, and it hurts your loved ones. And it hurts your fucking mental health. Even if you think it helps. Because, like, now you have, like, crazy fucking ideas in your head. So, yeah, I mean, it's just wrong in general. It's unethical. Yeah. And if you're religious, you shouldn't be it anymore.
That means you don't take your religion that seriously, okay?
But ultimately, you have the freedom to have your religion. So, you know.
If somebody burns the Quran, you can get annoyed with it, but you don't kill them.
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah. That's free speech.
Somebody has an art exhibit of somebody taking a shit on a...
But, I mean, I think it's also, like, you know, man, like, if you're burning a Quran in the middle of I mean, that's a hardcore fucking political statement. It's you know, they're gonna get mad at you. I think you just do it wisely. I mean, I do, but only because like they use violence like that. I agree they shouldn't be able to, but they do. It does happen. Not just Muslims though. Like fucking like the Charlie Hebdo thing comes to mind. Like you can really incite some shit, but like, I mean, I don't think the way to tell them that is like you have to conform to Western white culture. That's fucking crazy, man. That's way on the other side of the coin. That's like way like. Why don't you just focus on secularizing situations, man? Wonder what Dave thought about the Piss Jesus. Piss Jesus is rad. Piss Christ specifically, right? Isn't it called Piss Christ? Yeah, I don't know. Christians are fucking wacky. Wonder, did Dave ever talk about the Paris opening and the Feast of the Dionysus? I don't fucking know.
Picture of Muhammad, much like the Christians had to take the crucifix.
No way he's offended on their behalf,
right?
right?
Sit there and take that shit. You can't threaten to blow up cartoon makers for making a fucking episode of South Park. You can't kill cartoon drawers for drawing your fucking stupid fucking prophet. You can't threaten people if they want to burn your dumb holy book. You have to take it like the Christian. If I burn a Bible on this program, sure, some Christians might get a little pissed with me, but the worst they're going to do is hit the unsubscribe button.
That's not necessarily true. There are psycho Christians. The only reason Christians don't do that is because they can't get away with it. Frankly. They get close sometimes. Like, if they're a cop, you can. Christians are fucked up, man. They're a fucked up group of people. They don't realize they're fucked up. And then you ask them basic questions like, would you kill your kid if God asked? And they're like, yeah. Or they go, God never would ask. And it's like, well, here's an example of God asking in the book, right? So what if that was you? He'd be like, yeah, but then God would stop. Be like, no, what if God doesn't stop it and you really need to sacrifice your kid? Would you do that? And they freak out. And it's like, you should just be like, no, of course not. Fuck God. What a freak. What a freak for asking someone to do that. I agree, dude.
One of them.
Start them on their mesotheist arc, which is someone who hates God, and then transfer into an angry atheist, and then you're better eventually.
Is going to get a gun and blow my fucking head off. If
That's not true,
I burn
man.
a Quran on this thing.
I have had Christians go fucking crazy on me, man. They're nuts. They are nutty people. Straight up though, like, it's not just that. It's like the harassment and intimidation that they do. They often have different tactics. It's not like they have also normalized into the Western hegemony of the status quo, and so they use other shit. But they used to kill people all the time, man. I mean, they're just sort of like they're just in a different place right now, dude. It's an older religion.
There's 250 million people. And a decent number of them might do it. But 250 million people, 250 million, 25% of the religion who believe...
I had a Christian tell me my mom died of cancer because I was an atheist. Wow, well, that's really stupid and obviously untrue. That's not how that works. My wife had to stop that from going to blows. I don't blame her. Well, I don't blame you. I don't blame her for trying to stop it, though. Yeah, I mean, that's fucking dumb. Yeah, Christians are fucking idiots.
I should die for that. Death for simply...
You should die for different reasons, Dave. Mostly how you treat your body. Like, maybe not ought to die. Like, you should be dead. Like, you're a miracle. It's amazing. It's amazing that you're still kicking. Like, the will to live is only his hate. Their life.
quote-unquote, blaspheming
Wow.
against a god that most likely doesn't fucking exist. So, look, I'm sorry, but how many more fucking people are we going to bury before we deal with this before we actually grow up and deal with this fucking bullshit problem?
Okay. Dang no.